Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So we're going to be looking at a game I played on Cliff, and this is a really good game, guys. I enjoyed playing this one, and it had it had a moment in it where, actually many moments where I really had to think a lot. Like, this game will make you play it as if it's a board game sometimes. You really got to think about the moves you're making, and that's what I had to do here. So we're in the LTG. And this thing is, I love this tank. I think some people don't like it, maybe because it's pretty ugly. The gun is not super accurate, and I mean, overall, it's probably not the greatest tier 7. You're probably better off with like the AMX. What's the tier 7? The 1375. That's probably a better light, and stuff like that. But I love this thing. I really I think it's a great tank because the concealment is like 39% on mine or something like that, and it hits decently hard, and it bounces a lot more shots than you think it would bounce on the turret. So I like it, and I make it work, especially for this game here. So we're gonna look for some shots. I finally get one into the KV-1S. I'm gonna be really aggressive, try and poke in this guy again. I know he can see me, but I go and take that shot at him, and my turret actually bounced that shot. I don't know where, but I'm pretty sure it hit the turret. We're getting some spotting. I believe that's Artie that was giving us that. And now I'm going to pull up into this bush. I like this bush. You just have to be careful of anyone that's like over here and stuff, or maybe even someone that has a really good view range from back on this hill. I doubt it. No, I don't even think. I think it's too far. But I was looking at that, and I'm like, I wonder if someone was like right here, if they'd be able to spot me. But in any case, guys, we're not lit, and I'm coming up to this push, and from here I can kind of keep this M2Y lit, and I'm also capping the base, believe it or not. I mean, that's that's a plus, but chances are likely that someone will pull up here if the counter really went all the way down to like a minute or something. So the T-3485 is making his way up, and I can see that. I don't think I have him spotted, but if I stay here, I will have him spotted if he crosses. So I see someone might have taken a blind shot there, so now I'm gonna leave. And from here, what can I do? Well, if you're looking at the map, we have a T-29 over here, now an AC-4 experimental, or whatever. I guess it's experimental, right? And I'm thinking, well, we left this entire side of the map wide open, so chances are likely that there'll probably be another person that comes up this way. There's a good amount of people still unlit. The E-25 stir a meal. They could be back in this area here, which is up here. The IKV is unlit, the Hellcat is unlit. We have a good amount of tanks that aren't popping up yet. So now I'm seeing 3 tanks over here, right? The IS is also here. Alright, what can I do? Well, where do you think we have the best shots? In my opinion, the best shots here would be up on the hill. So how can I make this work? Well, keep in mind the 12T was just here, so I'm gonna come up here. I'm going to pass through this opening, and then I'm going to pause here. This is important, guys. I stop here because I want to make sure that I'm not lit. If I'm lit here, then and I keep going, and don't wait for the Sixth Sense to proc, I'm going to get obliterated as soon as I get to this opening. So I stop a second, make sure that I'm not lit, and now I'm going to go for it. The T-3485 is way in the back. I'm kind of looking to see if I'm lit, and I'm not. And that's what 39% concealment will do for you. Now, look at the shots we have on the T-29, the IS, AC-4 experimental. Cheeto is also here. So I'm getting shots at these guys. And this is actually more difficult than you think it is because of the gun depression, which is also something I meant to say at the beginning of the game. The gun depression is not very good on this tank, which might be why some people also don't like it. But that's the case with pretty much every Russian tank. I think maybe the LTTB has a little bit better gun depression, but yeah, they're all pretty shit. So I'm able to come up here, and from here we can take all these shots at these guys. Even if we can't get shots at these guys, I can poke, and they're looking at me, right? I want them to look at me so that my Dicker is not getting lit or whatever. The IS, the KV-1S, they're not taking shots at my other guys if they're going to be looking at me, right? So right now, that's all I'm trying to do is get shots at these guys. I can see the E-25 and the Brett Panther they're kind of holding down these guys for now, and I'm paying attention to that as well. You really have to look at the map. That's what I was saying. Like this game required some thought. So Brett Panther is now here, and now I'm looking in this direction, seeing if I can get shots at these guys. So I'm going to come up here, make sure, and did you see kind of the way I'm moving my camera around? I'm making sure that these guys don't have shots at me if I poke up like this, because I'm kind of going up the hill a little bit. And if you look from way down where they're at, that was the kind of the view that, I can't do it now, but you just saw that briefly. That's the kind of the view they're getting. They can't see me. So even if I'm spotted, it's going to be like the tip of my gun that might be lit. So I'm going to come down again. I don't have immediate shots at the Hellcat or Stir Emil because the IS-2 also went over there to assist. And now the other guy died, so it's just the IS-2 and the Stir Emil. And I'm paying attention to all this. Anyway, guys, we're going to kind of poke on these guys. And this is the angle I've decided to take. Right, the way this tree is, I'm actually kind of staying unlit. I get spotted there, but later on you will see that because of this tree, I actually wasn't getting spotted right away. So I'm going to pull down, take shots at the experimental. He dies, and now we're going to work on the T-29. He's like a two-shot to me pretty much. We get one into him there. He's like, oh crap, I'm going to die, and yeah, dude, you are. So there goes the T-29. Nice little shot because I'm uphill, so it goes down onto his front lower plate there, or front upper plate, I should say. And yeah, now we're trying to take shots at the IS. I knew that wasn't going to go in, but you know, sometimes you just take shots, right, guys? You just take them and just hope that somehow it goes in. But I knew that wasn't going to go in from the angle. So the IS is here. He's close to full HP, and I have to figure out a way. It's 8 to 9 to try and eliminate this guy from the game because I want to win this side. I want this side of the map because now we have to also be concerned with, you know, this guy just died over here, but I was going to say the T-34 is here, and this is all open, and this is all open. Like everything is open except this area. I'm like the only one here. It's Artie and the Dicker and the IS, and you know, and me. So I'm trying to get shots at this IS. I realize that I'm not lit here. I get one into him there, and I'm trying to actually get a tracking shot at him. I'm still not spotted, so I'm going to come back at him this way and see if I can get down far enough. And I'm trying to get my gun down, right? Trying to find the right angle. You can get into these little dips, and that's how I managed to make that work. So we're at 2 kills. We're at 500 spotting, about 1,500 damage, and it's looking good. It's looking good, but keep in mind that the game is still very, very close, guys. And in fact, we are down by 85 HP. Not that that's really anything, but we're technically still losing this game. I feel like we have less of the map, and here comes the IKV. He's coming after me, and I'm not going to try and challenge this guy at all. I'm full HP. I want to try and keep it that way. And what do I have behind me? I have an IS, I have a Dicker, I have Artie. I'm going to let them take shots at this guy. There's no reason for me to try and, you know, basically duel it out with an IKV here because I have support behind me. So use the support. Don't try and, you know, don't try and be a man and go one-on-one with someone if you don't have to. Like, there's no reason to do that. So I'm here, and now you can see, as I was fearing, look, we have IKV E25 on the hill. We have T-34 85 here. And what I was about to say, I don't think I got to finish, was we have less map than them, right? And we were down 85 HP, I said. But to me, that doesn't make a difference when they have, like, literally, I would say 2/3 of the map. They have this entire thing here. We only have, you know, I wouldn't even say because this is already sitting all the way back here. We're not even sure about like up to here, honestly, something like that. Like there could be people poking in here and stuff. They have like literally this entire thing. So when you have a lot of map, you're able to use that to your advantage. I think everyone knows that. That is one of those things about war where you want to take the high ground and you also want to take more ground. The more, you know, land and area you have to work with, the better your chances. So these guys have, you know, a really good chance at winning this game because they have so much of the map and so many angles to hit my guys from. So somehow this shot goes in. I don't know how with 0.37 dispersion, but I'm able to get that shot there on the guy. And I'm waiting to see if this guy is going to move, and I can see him starting to back up as he's getting unlit, and I'm able to put that shot into him. So that was just a bad play on his part. But now they're capping the base, and this is really stupid on their part because there's 2 people on the cap, and now I know exactly where they are. Like, some people think that capping is good, guys, but I want to emphasize, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't cap out if you're in a situation where you don't want the enemy to know where you are. Right? If it's like a one-on-one thing, that's a little bit different. If it's arty and you want to try and cap out, that's a little different. Even if it's even if like two of you get on the cap and you get into certain positions, but in this case, you don't. I have two arties still. You really don't want to be telling me where you are, and both of these guys are. So now I know the IKV is right here. This is an easy shot for me all day long. I can make that shot on even a really good player in an IKV because he can get one into me maybe, but I have the turret armor, luckily to challenge him, and he's a one-shot. So I'm going to beat him every time there. Look at this E25. Look at this E25. I'm going to replay this again and show you guys this again. This guy threw the game. Honestly, he was more than half HP. E25, crazy DPM. This guy could have gave me a problem. And he freaking yeeted himself off the cliff. I couldn't believe it, guys. I couldn't believe it. So here we go. Watch this. Watch it from my point of view. Here he comes. And why this guy decides to do this, I really don't know. I wish I could tell you, but he yeets himself off the cliff and kills himself. And I tried to type in while I was still moving. He just threw the game, but I mistyped like both just and through. But anyway, don't do that. Like seriously, if you're in any tank with more than half HP in a game like this, in a situation like this, do not kill yourself. Okay, like it's a really stupid thing to do. I think some people just try and like be funny, but like, dude, you know how many people he probably just pissed off on his team because like they had a solid chance to win this game, and now this is going to be basically an easy win for us, guys. Already cleans up the Cheeto. FV is running at the M44. You'll see the M44 get a nice shot into him. Actually, we can't see it because he goes dark, but he kills him, and now this game is over, right? I mean, that E25 just, it almost made me mad, right? Like, I almost wanted a closer game and more of a challenge. I'm still full HP, and it made the game less exciting. Literally, it makes this video less exciting. Like, can you imagine if I had to challenge that E25? It would be so much better of a replay. Anyway, I get one shot into this AMX, and I say, go ahead, you know, you can take the shot. I'm waiting for the M44 to take the shot, and he misses, and I'm like, all right, you know. But I wanted to, you know, give these guys another kill and whatever, because, like, I'm full HP. I know I can win this game. Why not just give one of these guys the kill? I don't play this game enough anymore to really care that much about my stats and stuff, so M44 comes in, shotguns the crap out of this guy, and I say, exclamation point, you know, exclamation point. And that's it. So let's get into the end plates, but oh my gosh, man. If there's anything that pissed me off about this game, it was that E25. It's just, I can't imagine his teammates, you know, how mad they were. Anyway, here it is, first class. Again, this was on Cliff. I always forget the names of these maps. And we got our little badge here. And we are doing 2,161 damage, 3 kills, 1,152 experience. Our M44 had a pretty good game. Super Hellcat, Dicker, like everyone played this pretty well, I would say. You know, we had a decent team. So 17 hits, 13 pens. We took 20 shots, did 2,100 damage. I mean, we did a lot of shooting in this game for a light tank, and 886 assist damage. We'll go ahead and take a look at that again. I just happen to have this open. Sometimes I do this on the team score, and yeah, so here everything is again, guys, and this was a 10-minute game. It probably would have been like 12 minutes if that E25 didn't kill himself. And we did get a mission, so we got a few bonds. I've been burning through these bonds. I had like over 1,000 over here easily, like even a couple days ago, and I'm at like 10,000, 10 million something coin now. I lost a bunch of coin, but yeah, Holiday Ops blessed me with quite a bit of free experience, coin, gold, bonds. So that's it. I don't think I have much more to say in closing, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's some advice for you on Cliff and kind of how to play as a light and how to adapt to the situation that is presented itself in front of you. So without further ado, we'll let you guys go and take care. Bye-bye. Have a good one, guys.